just before that, I want to say something first, right? So if you are from top performance group, welcome. You will learn the principles, okay, but the dates might be different. The dates, okay, because top performers, I know that you wanted to start it in January 3rd. Now, for us, the True Health 9.5 groups, we are going to start in after Chinese New Year. We will discuss the actual date, okay? Because we are torn between it is 初八, that means the 8th day of Chinese New Year, which is on the 8th, okay? Chinese New Year is on the 1st January. The 8th day is actually on the 8th. Either we want to start on the 5th day, start on the 8th day, or we want to start after the, they say 初九, 初九, 初十. So maybe start on the 11th, but we will discuss on it. But basically, it will be February. So during this time is your preparation time and also your pre-launching. Later on, you're going to learn all these kind of things. Your pre 90 days. What do you do in the pre 90 days? This is very important. Now, I just want to say something like that. Okay. Now, whatever you hear Eric Worre says later, because I'm going to play his video. I tell you, when I first heard this principle, I say that was true because that was my story. How I go from someone after 20 years of working, okay? After 20 years of working, whether in work jobs or whether it is in businesses, after 20 years, then one day I found that I cannot stop working. I need to still depend on someone. I still worry about what if I don't have my job. I still, okay. What if I kena goreng? So I was like that. But what happened? The next 90 days changed my life. When I one day decided to do this and I run for 90 days. I tell you, the 90 days become 180 days. Why? Because the first 90 days, when I run, the next 90 days I cannot stop. I cannot stop. The momentum just built up, and it is not just me running. The first 90 days I was running. The second 90 days, the whole team is running. It will stop. My income from the first month, which is 4,008, become on the 6th month it was 80,000. That was my story. So today, until today, even if I go out and recruit, I talk to people, I still have my story to tell. Now, my one question, do you have a story to tell? If you want to go out and get people to come and join you, what is your story? Is your story a good story? Now, it's okay if you don't have a story. If you do not have a good story to tell, then tell somebody's story, right? You can tell my story, you can tell Nori's story, you can tell Sibu Belinda's story. Jillian has her own story. So you tell somebody's story. But would it be great or not if you create your own story like this? How your life changed in 90 days. Okay? So I want everybody really sit down and really absorb it in, okay? Because a lot of times we are here, but we are not here. So I'm asking all of you really to sit down and really absorb it, really absorb it. It's different, right? Absorb the principles. You may in your heart right now say, I heard it before already. I know all about it. It's all motivation. Okay, just sit down and listen to it and really understand about it. Okay, so in the next 1 hour, don't do anything. We will watch the videos. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to show you 2 videos. Both of them are Eric Worre's. They are actually what happened on the GoPro. But the GoPro during that day, some of you may heard it first time, so you may not get the idea. It sounds very good, but you're not very sure. I know because I talked to many people after that. So this is what the feedback they tell me, okay? Second thing, some of you listen, but your mind wasn't there. You know why? Because it was, you know what time was the GoPro one? It was the day 2 at about 6 a.m., 5 a.m. The whole day after that, 5 a.m., 6 a.m. So even myself, I was there, but I was like, I catch 50% on it. So this afternoon, when I listened to it again, it was powerful. So listen to it powerful. Now there will be 2 videos. The first video is important because it talks about why this 90 days. Why is so this 90 days is so important? Why this is the game changer? It's a game changer, the 90 days. Okay, so why is it so important, the 90 days? Then only we watch the video, which is a shorter one. This is so the first you were going to hear why, and then you're going to hear some of them. They're going to share with you how did they do their 90 days, right? Then the second video is how to do the 90 days. Now I will tell you this time is like this. You watch it. Why? Because when you watch how Eric Worre says he's going, this is how they do the 90 days. I tell you, this is how we are going to do 90 days. In other words, throughout 9.5, we are not going to recreate a new wheel. I'm going to change some of the things I do. No, we will follow. We'll follow the patterns lah. Okay, we'll follow the patterns. Basically, the principles that it is. These are all tested and true. So we are going to follow that one. All right. Okay. So yeah. Okay. Now, so I'm going to mute everybody, so that we do not want any. So you cannot unmute yourself. But I'm going to put some of you as co-hosts. But if you have anything, you type it down in the chat box there. So co-host, you need to help me to look at these things. Okay? 有没有中文的？有没有人中文人？有没有中文人这边？只会中文不会英文的有没有中文人？没有哈 ？OK。不要紧，他等下讲 video 的时候是不是没有办法翻译了但是是不是哪一位中文比较好的，你们可以打出来写在那边。Same thing when Eric Worre is talking, there will be no translation. But if any one of you want Malay or you are good at Malay, you just type in some of the key points. Type in the chat box there, okay? So the chat box, don't chit chat in the chat box. Type in the key things that you learn over in the chat box. Okay, let me do up few things So 中文的谁要为先谢谢你们的中文好的帮我重点可以打下去那边，大家一起学习。好。Okay, right. Okay. Sorry, hold on. Let's see. All right, guys. Let me check first. All right, correct. Okay, so guys, enjoy yourself.
All right, you ready? I got to tell you something. 90 days changed my life. For real and no kidding. I was struggling in network marketing. And what happened for me, I got started in 1988, January of 1988. And by early 1992, I was full-time, but I still hadn't experienced a breakthrough. How many of you have been involved for 3 years or more and still have not experienced the breakthrough? Raise your hands. And I started wondering, maybe it's me. Maybe I'm just not built for this. Maybe this is not my thing, because understand, I had income, but I didn't have freedom. I had income, but I didn't have leverage. I had income, but I didn't have duplication. And there came a moment, myself and a couple other people, we saw a magical moment, an opportunity with our company. It was September 1st of 1992. It's been a while. And my mentor at that time said to me, the next 90 days can change our life. I'll never forget, he said, 90 days of pain for a lifetime of gain. Are you willing to give 90 days of 100% in order to be able to change your experience? And that resonated with me. I heard him when he said that. I said, okay. Our company that we were with at the time was doing $1 million a month in sales. Sales. Okay? And it was September 1st. And we said, for the next 90 days, whoever talks to the most people is going to win. So let's go. And I did my first 90-day run with 100% commitment. And when I say 100%, I'm not kidding. I went from 8 a.m. to midnight every day for 90 straight days. Every single day. How many hours is that? 16 hours a day times 7. That's 100 and what? 110, 120 hours a week. And all I did for the entire 90 days was income producing activities. Now I got to tell you, I had an income in my first 3 years. I did this 90-day run and I ran like my life hung in the balance. And 90 days later, the company went from $1 million a month to $14 million a month. $1 million a month in September, $14 million a month in December. They were on back order half the time. And my income in 1993, guess what it was? From the efforts that I put in for that 90 days, it went from just enough income to pay the bills to my 1099 from my company in 1993 was $980,000. Everything changed. Now I got to tell you, it was the hard.
Okay, guys, just explain to you. 1099 means the tax form. He didn't say how much money he made. He was just saying that when he first started off, it was just low income, right? But when 1 year later, he's 1099. 1099 means tax form, right? It's about 980,000 US dollar. It's about 4 million ringgit he paid tax. So you just imagine that year how much money he made, right? So continue on.
Hardest thing I ever did, for sure. Hardest thing I ever did. I felt like quitting 15 times. Nobody else did it with me. I did it completely by myself. It was one of the loneliest experiences I ever went through. Some people will tell you about one day that they worked 16 hours. They'll brag about it for the next 16 weeks. But I did it every day. Every day when I started, nobody was there. Every day I went till midnight. I learned to call people on one time zone in the morning and another time zone in the evening. I was working every single angle I could. Changed my life. And I started asking around. I've done, in my network marketing field career, probably did 6 90-day runs. 6 90-day runs in order to be able to earn $15 million. 6 90-day runs in order to earn $15 million. And what I want to talk to you about is I reverse engineered. I went and talked to the top earners. Every top earner that I knew at the time, I asked them, was there a season in your business when you went 100% all out for a short period of time? Radical burst of energy. And you know what they said? Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how I found that the 20 and 30, How to Recruit 20 People in 30 Days was part of a 90-day run, but also that some of these people did extraordinary things in order to be able to bust out of their current situation and go to another level. So I'm going to tell you some stories. I'm going to introduce you to some people who've done a 90-day run. We're going to be walking through some of these things, but let me start by talking about why is the 90-day run so powerful? Why is it so powerful? Here's why. Number one, success loves speed. Success loves speed. There's something that happens when you do something you're going to do anyway, but you do it faster. We're talking about an accelerated burst. An accelerated burst of energy, an accelerated blast. It's not a marathon, it's a sprint. An accelerated burst creates velocity within your business. Velocity in your business. It adds momentum to your business. And here's one of the things that I found fascinating. It's easier. It's easier because you could crawl through your network marketing experience for the next 5 years. Or you could sacrifice everything for 90 days and get it over with. Get the pain over with. Get the struggle over with. Put it in your rearview mirror. Rip the Band-Aid off. Just do it already. Do it or don't. I believe that there's two places that you can exist in network marketing. I want you to hear me when I say this. One is to be a hobbyist. Just enjoy the products, enjoy the positive environment, enjoy the people, make a few bucks, low expectations, low results, but you're happy. Just the same way you'd be happy doing any hobby. It's okay. There's no shame in being a hobbyist. Your expectations are in alignment with your returns. Or, the other place to be in network marketing is all the way. All in, what I talked about, obsession, we're going to the top, all the way. Where you have high expectations, but you also have a high level of commitment. Do you hear me? Your commitment is in alignment with your expectations, with your vision. That's a good place to be. But let me tell you what is a version of network marketing hell. High expectations, low commitment. You will be miserable for as long as you keep that gap between the expectations and your commitment. So here's what I would tell you. No matter, you want to make $2,000 a month, you need to do a 90-day game plan to get there. You want to make $10,000 a month or $50,000 a month, you need to do a 90-day game plan to get there. And listen to me, if you're not willing to do that 90 days and you refuse to lower your expectations, I think you should do something else. I think you should find something else to do. It's just not worth it to go through this type of anxiety and comparing yourself to other people and beating yourself up all the time. And you know why? Some of you don't have, how many, raise your hands if you don't have a lot of support from home. You know why you don't have support? You know why? They're tired of watching you crawl. They're tired of you sacrificing time away from the family and not getting a result. They're sick of it. Most of the people I know that had bad home environments when it came to lack of support, they started making more money, and guess what? Support turned itself around. When all of a sudden the family started to have more choices. It's easier. This is more efficient. You can get more done in 90 days than you can in 90 months of crawling inch by inch by inch by inch. You literally can. Intensity, the intensity itself, also attracts. It's attractive. When you go hard, guess what? It gets easy to recruit because you're going hard. The intensity that you bring to a run like this will cause people to say, what is Felicia doing? I want to be a part of it. What is Renee doing? What's Kylie doing? What's Natasha doing? I want to be a part of it. Man, he's running hard. She's running hard. I want to be a part of it. It's attractive. Intensity attracts. It's easier and it's attractive. It creates excitement. It creates a little crackle in the air, a little sparkle in your eyes. And the biggest reason why it's so powerful is it creates results. It creates results when they wouldn't have been there. It creates results. You'll get to a rank, you'll get income, you'll get all different kinds of results from this if you're willing to run hard for 90 days. If I showed you how to run hard for 90 days, how many people would be willing to do it with me? If I showed you, put a number 1 into the comments, if you'd be willing to run hard. For that kind of result, to be able to create velocity, momentum, excitement, results, that's exciting. The other thing it does is it builds stories. It builds stories on your team. People get into core rank, recruiting, results, your story, other people's stories. Those stories are worth their weight in gold. Now, let me tell you why this works so powerfully. And I'm going to do some artwork with you. Okay, you ready? Let's imagine this is McCarran International Airport. And on the runway is an airplane. It's good artwork, isn't it? Isn't it a magical airplane? I'll turn this into an NFT later. Now you got this airplane. Now I want you to imagine the airplane is sitting on the runway. That's the opportunity. That's your business. And you're going to load it up with passengers. You load it up with your family and friends. You got people sitting in the back. You're in the pilot seat. You're in the pilot seat. You're on the runway. And let's say you only have to fly from Las Vegas to Los Angeles. It's like a half-hour flight. So it's not a long flight. You're not flying to Europe. You're just flying to Los Angeles. So because you're only going so far, you give it 10% throttle and you start moving 5 miles an hour, 10 miles an hour on the runway. Here you're going. You got movement. Wow, there's movement in your network marketing business. You're not sitting still. You're actually moving. Isn't this exciting? People join network marketing, they give it 5% throttle, and they go, oh, we're moving. Hey, everybody, we're moving. They tell their family, we're moving. Are they going to get off the ground? Are they going to get off the ground, yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? But they're moving. They're still not going to get off the ground? Nope. What if they really, really are passionate, but they only have 5% energy? What if they have a big vision, but they only give it 5% energy? They're not going to get off the ground. What if they say, well, I'm only flying 30 minutes. I don't have big goals. I'm not flying to Europe. 5%. So they get frustrated. Now, they're like wandering around. Imagine an airplane wandering around. It's wandering around the runway. Everybody's wondering, what are they doing? What are they doing? They're just like burning up gas. What are they doing? I'm just like, what is going on? So they finally get frustrated. All right, fine. 10%. I'll double my commitment. And now they're moving a little faster on the runway, moving a little faster on the runway, clogging things up. Families getting antsy. They're getting hungry in the back. What are we doing up there, Dad? What are we doing up there, Mom? Hey, be quiet. I'm running my business. 10% throttle. Are they going to get off the ground? Yes or no? Thumbs up or thumbs down? No. So they go to 25%. They still don't get off the ground. They go to 50%. They still don't get off the ground. Family is now grumpy. What are you doing? These seats are uncomfortable. Why are you sacrificing our time along with your time while we're wandering around this stupid runway? I'm sick of this runway. If you want to get off the ground in your business, what has to happen with the throttle? What percent do they need to put it to in order to get off the ground? Take a look at the chat. You need to put the pedal down. You need to go. Whether you're trying to make $500 a month or $5,000 a month or $50,000 a month or $5 million a month, you've got to get off the ground. Which means, even if you're part-time, there's going to come a time when you have to give it 100%. And here's what happens. When you finally agree to do that, you get off the ground and you get velocity for the first time. You get altitude for the first time. You're like, we're flying. I just rank advanced. I rank advanced again. I rank advanced the third time. Oh my gosh. You get to an altitude. And then you can decide. If you say, you know what, $500 a month is enough for me. You can level off if you want to. Level off. Or you can decide to go to another altitude. Or level off. Or you can decide to keep going. Now, but here's the thing. When you're taking off, is that a good time to have lunch? When you're taking off? No, it's not a good time. Is it a good time to watch a movie? Is it a good time to read a book? What if it's a great book? Good time to even go to the bathroom? Good time to take a nap? No, you are taking off. What does taking off responsibly mean? What does it require? Total focus. All in. All the way. It's not forever. In an airplane, it's a few minutes. In your network marketing business, it's 90 days. But during those 90 days, it's not a time to be watching every sporting event. It's not a time to be reading every book. It's not a time to be studying every mentor. It's not a time to be casually hanging out. You're taking off. You're going to take your life to a different altitude. It's vital to go 100% to get off the ground to a safe altitude. Then you can throttle back. This is what's critical. Then you can gather strength to do it again. And then you can gather strength to do it again. Is this resonating with you? That if I really did this, if I really went hard. Now, I'll talk to you about it a little bit later before, but let me just tell you this. When I say 90-day run, I'm not saying you have to give it 16 hours a day like I did. Some of you don't have it to give. Some of you have to take care of a job in order to be able to take care of your family right now, this second. But you could do 6 hours a day if you really sacrifice like I did. You can give to your job, and then you could give to your taking off. Some of you super part-time could still give 100% effort in 2 hours a day for 90 straight days. You'll get an altitude. I'm just saying the harder you go, the more efficient this is going to become. And listen to me. It's easier than taking the next 90 weeks and beating yourself up. It's easier than taking the next 90 months and comparing your results to somebody else. You join this for a reason. You're in love with your products for a reason. You're in love with this profession for a reason. But somebody sold you on inch by inch, it's a cinch. Somebody sold you that you could just get on the runway and give it a little bit of throttle, and this is a little part-time hustle. It's a little part-time hustle. Oh, you'll get, how about this one? So long as you never quit, you'll succeed. Okay, I give it 5% throttle and I never quit. I never quit. I never quit. You can't get me to quit. I'm staying around forever. Can't get me out of this business. I never quit. Well, am I ever going to get off the ground? If I do it for 10 years, am I going to get off the ground? If I do it for the rest of my life, am I going to get off the ground? No. So, of course, quitting guarantees you're going to fail. You know what I hope? Here's what I see. And what I see in all of you, and we're going to have some people come out and share some stories in a moment. When I see in all of you, imagine there's 60,000 airplanes on the runway. All of you in your own airplane, okay? And you're moving. You got some stuff going. Hey, you bought a ticket to GoPro. That's going to give you a little bit more gas. Great, fantastic. But then one of you says, enough. I've had it. I'm not doing this anymore. Full throttle. And the rest of us watch you take off. And that makes somebody else go, wait a minute. If they can do it, I'm going to do it too. So you see another one, and then 2 or 3 more, and then 8 or 10 more. And they're radioing back saying, hey, 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 this is fun. But we can do this. You can do this. Don't sit on the runway anymore. Let's go. And then you see 100 take off, and then 1,000, and they're all radioing back. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Do you hear what I'm telling you? If I hated your guts, I'd tell you to keep crawling like a turtle. If I wanted you to fail, I'd tell you, hey, inch by inch, it's a cinch. You need to run. That's why I say success loves speed. Yes, you need an environment. Yes, you need a community. Yes, you need to learn some skills. But at some point, and mostly before you're ready, you got to say, I'm going. I'm just doing it. I don't care what happens. I'm going to learn as I go, but I'm going. Okay? That's going to change your life. It's going to change everything. So if you're excited about this, you want to learn some more about this 90-day run, put a 90 into the comments if you want to learn more. Want to hear some stories? Let's bring everybody out. Bring out some stools. Great. Do you know how many $1 million earners I've coached through a 90-day run? Hundreds. Hundreds. They're like, what do I need to do? I say, I break it down for them. I show them exactly what to do. And they would go do the 90-day run. Some heard me on a training and they did it, or they came to a GoPro and then they did it. Some, I gave them some personal coaching to do it. So what you're going to hear from, I'm going to bring out 6 different people that have gone through 90-day runs. I want them to tell you their story. And after we go through this, I want you to kind of imagine yourself in their shoes. And then when they're done, I'm going to break down step by step how to create a 90-day run for you. Okay? Exactly how to create a 90-day run for you. Who's excited about that? Show me some hands if you're excited about that. All right, let's bring this group out. First of all, let's bring out Rakan Khalifa, Elizabeth Schlunke, Tony and Sarah Zalecki, Danian Fire, and Angel Fletcher. Come on out, guys. What? Hey, cool. All right. So we've got different kinds of runs have happened with this group. But inside of a peer group, I just want to talk about results first. Okay? Results first. How much you make in a month right now?
60K.
60,000 a month. How much you make in a month right now?
130.
130. We need a little bit more volume in these in the mics. How much you guys making right now? 200. You probably can't say. Your company's not comfortable. It's a big number. Angel Fletcher, how much you making right now?
It's a huge number.
Can you say?
I can't say.
You can't say, but it's a massive number. Can you say?
Yeah, like 300,000 to 400,000.
300,000-400,000 a month. A month, not a year. So, Rakan, give me your 90-day run story. What caused you to do it? What happened from the 90-day run? And how much of your success is due to that 90-day run?
First of all, I'm so grateful to be among legends, people that I used to watch on social media and YouTube. 2019, I've had a pretty rough end of the year. Typically, December is my birthday month. Eric, you can put my...
2019.
2019, end of 2019.
Yeah.
Right? So, Eric, if you want to put my address, they can send me gifts.
2 years ago.
And yeah, so two years ago. So 2 years ago, 2019, at the end of the year, I've had a big part of my team leave. And, I came to GoPro. I didn't even have enough tickets, but I bought these tickets from my teams, and they ended up leaving. And I called Eric's company, and they said, well, there's no refund. I'm like, okay, well, I paid like $7,000 for this. What do I do? They're like, oh, well, you can switch to a super VIP ticket. And this is where, I'm like, I guess I paid for it already, so I might as well show up. And what happened is I showed up, and I kind of told you kind of what was happening. And that's my first time always like really getting close to all these top earners. And Eric, I was called a six-figure earner, but I lost my income already, right? So pretty much, selling the dream, living a nightmare at that point. And I had this one conversation with your share house, like, Rakan, I think you got to run, right? And you have more potential than what you think you are. You speak another language, and you should really, really start taking on a challenge that you've always wanted to. And one of my challenges that I've always wanted to is to really have a launch in the Middle East. I speak Arabic, and that's kind of what I did. I went back, and I may be a little bit extremist. I had to lock up some of my leaders in one house for a period of time, but... Not lock up, not literally, guys. Like it's, we rented a house.
Work together as a team.
Yeah, yes, as a team,
Like Middle Eastern style.
Sure, yeah. Well, you would know, yeah, of course. So, and that's kind of what I did. But then I started taking on challenge on how can I launch the Middle East knowing nobody, right? So I took the 90-day course multiple times, right? And I really studied that course. And I go on my phone. And I went on my Facebook. That's where all my Arab friends are, right? And I literally, if I see an Arab name, I'll shoot my message, hey, Habibi, I have something we got to launch. And I believe in a span of 2 weeks, I sent a message to like 3,000 people. So this is me going all out. I had 2 to 3 people on my team that spoke the same language. And we put them all together in like one Facebook group. And we said, we're going to launch this and we're going to do this. And 90 days after doing that, we almost put up, I believe, anywhere from 6,000 to 7,000 people, and then 8 months out of that, we put up 15,000 people from that specific run.
Yeah, so from that run, you went from basically starting over.
Yes, zero.
Yeah, your team fell apart, whatever.
Yeah. Yes.
To 90 days later, about how much would you earn?
I would say I went from $0 to $50,000 a month.
$0 to $50,000 a month in 90 days. Do you hear what he says? In 90 days, by the end of 90 days.
Yeah.
By the end of the next year, it was how much?
But then the next year, it was 20. Yes, I was around 50 to 70, and then I started hitting the 100K mark.
Yeah.
And I've been on that for a year.
So
now.
this is just 2 years ago,
yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen. 2 years ago, he made the decision. He went on a run. Disaster had happened inside of his team, and he decided he was going to relaunch it. How hard was it? How many times did you feel like quitting? Be honest.
Like 10 times a day at least.
Yeah. It's hard. It's a challenge. I'd love to tell you it's easy. This is not easy.
Yeah.
This is lonely and hard and challenging. But if you didn't do it, where would you be today?
I think I would have quit the industry.
Yeah, probably been out. So Elizabeth, let's talk about you. When did you do your first big 90-day run?
So it was my biggest turning point in my career. and that lead to everything I am today, because today I'm #1 earner in Europe in my company. And
Damn.
Nice, nice, nice.
And at that time, I already made the decision to go pro, to be a professional. And I knew for that, I have to make a lot of sacrifices and I have to take big action. So one of my big action was actually to come to go pro in 2016. And it was a lot for me because I was a 22-year-old student. I didn't have a lot of money. And I spent everything on a flight ticket from Europe, so with like multiple, flights to come here. We booked a room at the Stratosphere for 2 people. We were 4 people. We didn't have enough money to go to the restaurant, so we were just eating peanut butter sandwich. We were walking to the event because $10 for the Uber.
5 years ago.
Yeah, 5 years ago.
At 22 years old.
And then I already had like the 2 main things that you need. You need to take a decision. You need to take a decision to start to recruit people, to start going out, putting yourself out, and to just, go all in and give it everything. And I was willing to take action, which is the second main thing you want to do. But I missed the third thing, which is the most important one. I didn't have any plan.
Yeah.
And so like everyone here, I was watching GoPro in 2016. Was not online, but, and people were speaking about this 90-day game plan. And I was like, that's it? That's what I need. That's my plan. And then, since then, I started. And a lot of people here are going to be like, oh, but, I'm part-time. And maybe put it in the chat if you're part-time or if you're full-time. Because you're going to say things like, oh, I cannot do that. Like you said before,
Yep.
I don't have 16 hours. I have children, I have a university, I have a job, right? And I had 6 hours university. I had weeks full of exams. I was a 22-year-old girl. I just wanted to go out and party. So my friends were going out to party, and I was working at home and studying. And in 1 year, when I started the 90-day game plan, I actually did 2.
You did 2 in 1 year?
I did 2 in 1 year.
That's rock star. It's a big commitment.
And I went from one of the smallest position in my company in 1 year to the highest position in my company, part-time, and I got also my degree at the same time.
Yeah, good for you. Now, if you didn't do the 90-day run, where do you think you'd be?
I would have left, for
Yeah.
sure.
Probably not been in the profession. You would have just run around on the runway thinking you were doing something. Mistaking movement for accomplishment, right?
Yeah.
Which is what we all do. We mistake movement for accomplishment. And instead, you went all in for a short period of time twice. Have you done one since?
I've done just recruiting 20 people in 30 days.
Yeah, so but 90 runs hard. Make no mistake. It's a game-changing thing, but, I mean, I did 6 in, 15 years. 6. I didn't do 1 a year. If you do 1 a year, you're a monster of the midway, and you're definitely top earner in your company or in the top 5 or top 10. Tony and Sarah.
Hi.
Hi. Hey. So, when did you joined your company 6 years ago? 8 years ago?
8 years ago.
8 years ago. When did you do your first 90-day run inside of these 8 years?
The day we started.
The day you started. So you just went, I'm all in, I'm going hard. This is my chance, this is my opportunity.
We had to.
You had to. Why did you have to?
We knew that, well, we had learned that it's all about stories.
Yeah.
And we knew we needed to create stories to really get traction in our business. And but also too, like our backs were up against the wall. You know what I mean? Like we had to make this work.
Financially?
Financially, for sure.
You needed to change something.
Yep.
You needed to figure it
Yeah.
out.
We needed to shock the system. Like we needed to shock our business. And we knew that talking to one person here, one person there, it wasn't going to make it. You
Right.
know, it just wasn't going to be what we wanted it to be. So we knew that we had to talk to a lot of people fast. And here's the thing about a 90-day run. The no's are less painful.
Yeah, because you're doing so many.
Doing so many. You're talking to so many, and you're like, okay,
Yeah.
no problem. I'm going to the next one. No problem. I'm going to the next one. No
Yeah, it's
problem.
not so personal, is it?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you're just going. When you talk to one person a week, everyone is like, dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
On Thursday, I'm going to talk to that one person. Dun, dun, dun. But when you're talking to 5 people an hour,
Yep.
by hour number 3, you're like, hey, you in or you out? You know, you're going to do this or not? Your posture changes. You know, you don't have any patience for, somebody's got an objection. Okay, I got to go. You know what I mean? You're just not going to waste time with somebody that's going to be a project for you. You're looking for your tribe, and you're sifting through people in order to get there. What else happened during this 90 days? Was it hard or easy?
It was hard because, well, we were starting with a brand new company that
Yeah.
was brand new.
Yeah.
So there wasn't really,
So there's lots of people who started when
It
you
was all
started,
vision
had a lot
for
of
us.
excuses. Oh, the
Tons.
company's not ready for this.
but they
the
said, we'll
company
wait,
doesn't have
we'll wait and
that.
see how you guys do.
We'll see
right?
how you do. There's all those different kinds of things in the world, right?
But we didn't care.
But you didn't? Well, I mean, maybe you did, but you decided to go anyway.
Right.
You had a situation. Sometimes the gift of desperation is a good gift. You know what I mean? Some of you need to be inspired, but some of you need to put yourself in a spot, like Grant said, get yourself to 0 so you have no other option.
And I think, too, it wasn't just desperation. It was also a little bit of something to prove.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yeah.
It's my time,
Yeah.
damn
Like we
it.
are like sick and tired of being sick and, you know what I mean? We were
Yeah.
like, enough.
Right. Enough. I'm going to
Yeah.
do this. Love that. Danian Fire. Danian, my friend from Dubai. How you doing with the jet lag? Is it okay?
I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. Now, Danian, he's got a little gray hair now. But when I first met Danian, it was how long? How many years ago?
Wow. I think second GoPro you ever did.
So probably 2011, maybe?
Yeah.
Something like that. So 10 years ago, I met Danian, and I was doing this 90-day run training, and we actually have video of Danian. I don't have it here with me right now, but he came up to me at this training. He came to this little hotel in Minneapolis where we were doing this training, and he said, hey, I just did a 90-day run. I said, well, tell me your story. We turned on the camera, and he told us the story. So tell everybody where you were, why you decided to do it, and what happened as a result of your 90-day run.
Absolutely. And just give you a heads up, I really want to talk about the 90-day run I did last year. But
Yeah,
let me
great.
quickly say that.
Sure.
So that was the first one. So I was at about $5,000-$6,000 a month. I've never heard of the concept of a 90-day run even. First time you started to speak about it was like at the closing of the second GoPro you ever did. And I was like, all right, might as well just try that, because why not? And what really triggered me was the question if you've ever given it a real 100%, because I told myself, this is the most important thing I do in my life. Like, you ask me, how important is my network marketing business? I'd tell you it's everything. But then at the same time, being honest with myself, at that point, I had to say, I never really truly gave it 100%. I gave it 95, even 99. And then you said, well, 99, the difference between 99% and 100% is not 1%. It's 100% a different story. Yeah. So might as well just try it once. And I started to get curious about what could happen if I did it. So long story short, that first run lasted 55 days, and I went from $5,000 to $6,000 to my first $100,000 months.
Yeah, he went from, listen, he didn't even complete the 90 days. It took him 55 days. He went from, what was it, 94,000 or 96,000? He was making $5,000 or $6,000 a month. He said, I'm sick of this. I'm tired of being tired. I'm sick of being sick. I'm going to do this. And ran hard. Like how many hours a day?
Oh, I started with 16 hours because you said so. 8 a.m. till midnight, 8 a.m. till midnight. But then what happened is like midnight, I was like full of energy. Let's just keep going. And it was 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. At some point I was like, you don't really need sleep, do you, right? So I bought this meditation CD that was supposed to give you deep sleep in 15 minutes. So we did that, like one buddy of mine. We just like napped in, napped out, and went hard, like that. It was too much, to be honest.
And here's what I would tell you. I will teach you how to do it in a way that you will not get sick and you will not check yourself into the hospital, because he checked himself into the hospital.
Yeah, just to be sure. I was
just
kind
to,
of
just to be, because
let me
literally
just see if my
55
body's
days
still
in,
functioning right.
yeah, his body was not functioning, but it changed his life.
Yeah.
It changed his life. 55 days. You could do anything for 55 days. Come on. You could do anything for 90 days if the payoff was big enough. It changed his whole life. If you didn't do that 90-day run, the first one, where do you think you'd be today?
I'd still be in network marketing, that I know for sure, but I would be, let's say on a really positive note, maybe I would be at 30, 40,000 a month, which would be 10% of where I'm now.
Yeah.
But 90% would be missing without that tool. Like,
Yeah,
for sure.
this lever, sometimes you get the right lever and it can move the world, you know, you get the right kind of leverage and all of a sudden, boom, wow, that made a huge difference. So I'll come back to the one you did last year. Angel Fletcher, I was talking with Angel, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, and inside of her company, when they achieve a certain rank or a certain level, they allow her to start a new business within her business, you know, like start a new distributorship inside of her distributorship. So she just started that, and she just said, hey, I'm doing a 90-day run right now, right this minute. And she told me what her plans were. Before we get to the one you're doing right now, have you done them before?
I did. My first GoPro, you did the 7-figure summit before, and I attended. That was the first time that I had ever heard of a 90-day run, and that was in like 2013, I think. Mm-hmm. And at the time, I was not happy with the company that I was with, and so it scared me, and I didn't do it. But I made the decision to change companies because I called that my secret weapon. So I left the company. I attended GoPro in December.
Yep.
I left the company in June, and I launched with an actual 90-day run, which I launched with my business partner, and it put him at the top of the company in the 90 days. And listen, it proved the importance and the value that we have in this. You know, I saw you draw that plane. We were standing back here saying, oh, he's going old school.
He's drawing the plane.
He's drawing the plane. So this is the funny thing. You did it on a paper in that meeting that I was with. I took that paper. I still have the paper in my journal. Yes.
Oh, funny.
I took it home, and when I took it out of my book, the plane was this way. So it wasn't a plane, it was a rocket. So I figured out that while everybody else is jumping on the plane and they could be on the plane, I just wanted to be off of it. Right? I wanted to be on the rocket. I had goals. I had dreams. I needed to do everything in my power to accelerate where I needed to be for my family.
Yep. I love that.
So I got off this rocket deciding to be the hero. And that's what I did. And I stepped off the rocket flying on my own.
Right.
Right?
For real.
For real.
Yeah, so this created this growth and success, and now you're doing it again. And a lot of people, you know, once they do something once, they have a hard time going back and doing it again. You're doing it again, and tell people about the 90-day run you're doing right now and your approach to the holidays. Because some of these people are thinking about, well, we got the holidays coming up. Yeah, let's start the next year, whatever. How are you approaching this?
We canceled them.
You
There's
did
no
what?
Christmas tree at my house. We did it. We ordered in for Thanksgiving dinner. I'm busy about changing my life again. I have goals, and I have 2021 goals. I have 2022 goals. I'll address them when day one gets here. But I needed to end this year where I needed to be. And so the only way to do that was to dig in and do a 90-day run. And I was telling these guys in there, on day 3, my mom called. Day 3. And listen, my family knows. I'm like Beth Dutton on Yellowstone.
Yes.
Right? Serious about this. And my mom called, and my daughter answered the phone. And Mom, I heard my daughter say, yeah, Grandma, she probably will want to know about this. And I literally looked over my glasses and I said, is she going to die in the next 90 days? Because if she's not, it can wait until 91.
Yeah, and here's the importance of this. Everybody's got limiting beliefs and excuses, and I can't do this, and because of that, and I can't do that. You might think when Angel says this, well, she doesn't sound like she loves her family. You'll never know somebody who loves their family more than Angel Fletcher does, and who takes care of her family, supports her family. But there's times when you need to let the world know this is a moment that I need you to get behind me and not in my face. You need to just support me and let me fly. Don't distract me. I can't open presents while I'm taking off. I can't watch holiday movies while I'm taking off. I'm taking off right now. When I'm done, you're going to have all the movies you want. There's some health issues in her family. She gave all the time, all the energy, all the investment to be able to make sure that those people were taken care of. So if you hadn't ever done a 90-day run, how could you have taken care of your daughter in this last 2 years, or yourself? How could you do what you need to do?
Oh my word, it would have been impossible.
Right?
You know, for 7 weeks, she was in ICU on life support. 7 weeks. I had a friend who lost her son a couple of weeks ago, and she couldn't afford to bury him. And I couldn't imagine. I can't imagine being a mother who loses their child, and she borrowed the money to me to bury her son, Eric. And I'm just going to tell you guys, it's things like that that will make you get right about a 90-day run.
Right.
I didn't worry about a job. I didn't worry about, I had to buy a hospital bed. I turned my home into a hospital room, you guys. $70,000 for a hospital bed.
Right.
I said, here's my American Express.
Yes. Done.
Legitimately, I didn't have to worry about anything. And those 90 days, I've done four, I'll be 10 years in June. I've done 4 massive 90-day runs. The current one that I'm on right now, I'm 60 days in. I started with my brand new position. I'm two ranks from being back in the global bonus pool again.
Amazing.
In 60 days.
Unbelievable. Give her a big round of applause, everybody. Here's what I'd like to do. In the time that we have left, which is not a lot, Rakan, give people a piece of advice for the 90-day run. When these guys are done, I'm going to walk you through step by step how to do your 90-day run, so don't stress.
All right, guys. Okay, now, actually, there is another 12 minutes to go, right? But we're going to skip the second part because we're going to go directly to the second video. So later on, if we have time, after we finish, discuss everything, I'll play the 12 minutes, right? So, but we want to go straight into this. So this will be a shorter video, but now Eric Borre is going to talk about how to do the 90-day run. So just now you heard it's about what and why is the 90-day run. Now, just okay, just very quickly, let me just remind everybody, okay, the 90 days run, some of you may be thinking about, oh, how come this 90-day run how? Can I run? I have a business, I have work. Now, this 90 days run, everybody is different. Okay? Now, but 90 days run, in yesterday's my training in Mandarin sessions, I said about this. 90 days run is 100%, it's not 90%. It's 100%, not 90%, okay? But the 100%, how many hours you got to decide? You need to think about what is your commitment. You have your other commitments, right? I have other commitments. I have commitments to my church. I have commitments to my family. There are certain things that I cannot let go of. I have commitments to that. But other than that, that is my 90 days run. So I'm going to put 100% into the other hours. So you got to decide. Let's say if you are working, you have a business, or you are working for somebody, you have commitment there. So how many hours are you going to make to do Kangen water? So that is your 90 days run, and you put 100% into that. If you say 2 hours, today is 2 hours, then today is 4 hours, then that 4 hours you are working. You are really working. You are not, sometimes we spend the hours, but we don't do anything. It's no movement is not accomplishment. Okay? Movement is not success. You need to have the result, not just movement. Not just you appears to be working. Okay, so that answers the question, right? So 90 days for everybody is different. So we will next week onwards, when we do our preparation, we will help you to think through what is your 90 days? Your 90 days and my 90 days and every other 90 days is different one. Okay? So it will be different for everybody. So just continue to listen through, all right? So now understand it, okay? So it doesn't mean that all of us has to work 16 hours, 18 hours a day. No, especially if you have commitments, you have other commitments. You will have to write down, but you will need to sacrifice many other things. Okay, you would have to sacrifice other things, all right? Okay, so we'll just go straight into the second video first. So this second video will be about what is the 90 days and how to do it. So listen carefully because this is exactly what we are going to do. We are going to copy.
I see you dancing on your butt. Get up. All right, you feeling good? Okay, now here's what I want you to do. I want you to get your phones out and take screenshots of the slides as I go through them with you. It'll be a little quicker than writing. You can write them later, okay? Or you can write and take your notes if you like. But I'm going to need to go reasonably quickly through the elements of creating a 90-day game plan. Element number 1, make a decision. Make a decision. Decide that you're going to do it. Decide that you're going to make it happen. Decide that you're not going to quit. The decision is the most important thing. Please make the decision. Number 2 is preparation. And we'll get into preparation in a moment. You need to prepare for your 90-day run. Don't just start one tomorrow. You can, but there's a better way to do it. You need a little preparation time if you want to maximize your 90-day run. Number 3 is pre-launch. Before your 90 days, there's a pre-launch period. You decide, you prepare, and you pre-launch. There's a pre-launch period of time that's very, very important where you can be incredibly powerful and productive. Number 4 is the actual 90 days itself. Whenever you're going to start. Let's say you're going to start in January, pick the time, you're going to start the actual launch itself. And number 5 is the post 90 days. What do you do after this in order to be able to make this effective for you? So let's talk about how to design your 90-day game plan. Designing your game plan. And can you move that chair for me, please? Thank you. First thing I want you to do is pick your theme. What is your theme? What is your theme? It could be just general growth. I don't have a particular goal. I just want to grow more. It could be a new rank. It could be 90 days to make a new rank happen. It could be to not pre-qualify, re-qualify. Re-qualify. That's a little typo there. It's re-qualify at a rank that you were at before. You used to be qualified at a rank. You're not there anymore. You could do a 90-day run to get back there. For some of you, that will be an accomplishment. Maybe it's just to stop crawling. This is the no more crawling 90-day run. This is to prove something to yourself. You know what I mean? I'm done with this. Get disgusted. Enough. I've had it. I'm not living like this anymore. Some of you, like Angel or Danian, need to do it again. Need to do it again. You've built to the top, go build to the top again. So whatever your theme is, you don't have to have one. I'm just saying sometimes it helps. 90 days, and I'm either in or out. 90 days, and I'm going to get to this rank. 90 days to be able to prove something to myself. 90 days. Next thing you need to do is create your 90-day story. This is important for you to be able to grow, make this plan a reality. Determine right now, why are you doing this? What are your reasons for doing this? What results are you expecting? How will people benefit? How will your family benefit if you succeed? How will you benefit? How will your team benefit? How will your company benefit? How will the world benefit? Number 4, think about what kind of people are you looking for? Important. Think about these questions. Number 5, what is your strategy to make it happen? And what kind of support are you going to offer during this 90 days? Because this story, you're going to be telling this story, and the story, listen to me, the story, your 90-day game plan story is going to be one of your best recruiting tools you'll ever use. Let me tell you what I'm about to do. Let me tell you what I'm in the middle of. Let me tell you why I'm doing this. Let me tell you how it's going to change the world. Let me tell you how it's going to change the company. Let me tell you, I got something to prove. People are going to be excited about that when they hear it. So think about your 90-day story, and then we're going to get in. We've made a decision, right? Decide you're going to do it. The next thing you need to do is think about preparation. And here's the big part of preparation. To prepare. Let's say you're going to start the first Monday of January, January 3rd. Okay? And you're going to run for 90 days. 1, you need to make a personal commitment that you're going to run for those 90 days. You got to look at your schedule. And you got to determine what are you willing to sacrifice in order to make this real. What are you willing to sacrifice in order to make this 90 days happen? Negotiate with your family. This is a big one. I tell everybody getting ready to do a 90-day run, sit down with your loved ones and say, look, I think in 90 days, I can change my career, I can change my life, I can change our lives. I need your support. Will you let me run hard for 90 days to see if I've got what it takes? To the kids, will you encourage mommy or daddy to get back to work, turn the TV off, stop scrolling, get back to work? Negotiate with the family. Get their buy-in. If you've been crawling for a long time and you have somebody who's not supportive or they're a little bit getting tired of this, just say, will you give me 90 days to see if I've got what it takes to do this or not? All in. Let me go all in one time for 90 days. And then we'll sit down honestly and evaluate all of it at the end of the 90 days. Will you give me that? And not with bitterness or anger, but with encouragement and grace. Will you give me that? If you go and ask, first of all, you might need to apologize to your family and say, I'm sorry, I've been crawling. And it's taken time away from the family with no results. And I'm sorry for doing that. And I'm not going to do that anymore. And I want to either do it or don't. I either want to go all the way and have it be worth it, or just treat this like a hobby. Will you support me? Ask them for the support. Ask them. Negotiate. It might take some negotiation. It might say, hey, if I knock this out of the park, kids, we're going to go to Disney World. You know, you might need to let them know that there's a prize on the other side if you crush this. So they've got some skin in the game. And don't worry about whether you can afford this or not. If you succeed, you're going to be able to afford it, no problem. And if you don't, they'll have given you the support and you'll figure out what you want to do with the next steps. But negotiate. And if I can give you a piece of advice, do it respectfully. Take your spouse to dinner and say, will you support me in this? Will you push me to do something that even when I'm scared, when I say I don't want to do it anymore, will you be the one that says, no, 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 we said 90 days, get back to work? Some of you ladies, I mean, I will just say to the guys out there, the guys can relate. I can just speak from guys' perspective. But I will tell you, there's nothing like your woman looking at you and saying, honey, run. Just run. Just do what you need to do. Just make it happen. I'm not going to give you a hard time as you do it. You have the freedom to crush this. I believe in you. Go make it happen. I'll take care of it. I'll figure out the stuff. Oh, you don't know what that does. It's just unreal. Versus, fine, go do it. I'll just be here, just, we're dead. It's just so hard. So same thing. Give that to your spouse. But I just got to tell you, negotiate. It's important. Get their buy-in. The first person you need to recruit is you. The next people you need to recruit is your family for a 90-day run. Be respectful. Get through the negotiation. You might have to give and take. You might have to, they're saying, fine, but you have to give up watching football. Fine. Okay. But the Super Bowl, well, it's in the middle of the 90-day run. Sorry, off the table. You might need to negotiate. Next thing is eliminate all the distractions. All the distractions, anything that will take you away from income producing activity in the hours that you're giving your 90-day run. Eliminate every distraction. What are the things that are causing you to play at a smaller level? What are some of the distractions? Laundry as an example. For the 90 days, could you have somebody come do your laundry? Answer is yes. Have somebody else take care of that because that is time taking away from your income producing activity. Your email. Look at it once a day. Unless it's business related, you don't need to be driven by everybody else's agenda and have to answer every email for the next 90 days. Put an autoresponder. If this has something to do outside of my 90-day run, I will talk to you when I'm done with my 90-day run. I am unavailable. Social media. During these 90 days, you're going to use social media, but you're not going to let social media use you. Use it, don't let it use you. Don't go down the rabbit hole. Dating. Now's not a good time to start a new dating relationship in the middle of a 90-day run. Yeah, you're cute. I'll see you when I'm done. Now, if you're already dating, continue dating. But negotiate with your date. Negotiate with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Otherwise, they're going to say, you have no time for me. This sucks. Yeah, I got to run. I'm going to run for 90 days. Work with me. Your cell phone can be a distraction. Sports could be a distraction. Television could be a distraction. This is not a time for parties. It's not a time for birthday gathering. It's not a time for barbecues. It's not a time for cooking. Have somebody else take care or DoorDash provide the food. Not a time to go get the groceries. You need to manage around that. It's not a time for hobbies. And here's the hard one. You want to know what the biggest distraction to doing a 90-day run is going to be? You know what it is? Your existing group. You got to tell them, I love you. I can't wait to see you after 90 days, but I'm running right now. You got all you need. I don't have time. I'm going to go build a new team. Because how many of you have kids? And how many, as soon as you pick up the phone to start talking, your kids go absolutely crazy? Anybody? And then as soon as you put the phone down or you hang up, the kids are quiet again. Same thing's true. When you start a 90-day run, your team is going to say, I need you, I need you, I need you. Come over here, I need you. So you stop your 90-day run, you go over and say, so what do you need? Oh, no, I'm good. Go back to your 90-day run. I need you. I need you. I need you. They will go nuts. You got to let them know. I will see you after 90 days. I'll see you on the weekly call. I'll see you online. But I'm going to go build right now. I'm going to show you by example. Your existing group. Anything that pays you, that takes less than $500 an hour to do, have somebody else do. Anything that could be done by somebody else for $500 or less an hour, because guess what? During this 90-day run, you can earn $500 a month. Or excuse me, $500 an hour. You can earn $500 an hour if you're in income-producing activities every minute that you're building. So it's preparation, personal commitment, your schedule, your sacrifice, negotiate with family, eliminate distractions, unshakable commitment, and then pick your launch date. Pick the day you're going to go. Okay? Next, pre-launch. You need to recruit your inner circle. I'm going to give you a secret. Let's say you're going to launch in January. The month of December, after you've done your preparation, is golden time. You can go to people that you can never approach any other time, and you can say, psst, what I call the whisper campaign. Let me tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to start something spectacular. Let me tell you my 90-day game plan story. Would you like to run with me? Would you like to be a part of it? Would you like to experience it with me? Are you sick and tired of being sick and tired? You want to rip a new page? You want to go? This is a chance for you to be able to go. And even if you don't have my level of commitment, just borrow my commitment that I've got right now, plug into this, and I'm telling you, you're going to make more money than any other time if you ever choose to get involved than right now. The whisper campaign. You can go to those people. You can recruit in the weeks before your 90-day campaign on a dramatically higher level and higher quality people with the whisper campaign. Next, during pre-launch, this is a time to warm up all of your contacts. If you're going to start in January, I would coach you right now to start reaching out to every single person on your phone, every person on social media, every person you're connected to, every person you have an email address to, and just say, happy holidays, how are you, what's going on, how's your life? Do that with like 100 people every single day from now until the time you start your launch. So you will already be in conversation with a huge number of people by the time your launch starts. Don't wait for your launch to start the conversation. This is what I call warming up your contacts. So it doesn't just come out of nowhere. Does it make sense? All right, here's the launch. All out massive action. All out massive action. And in this, you need to determine what is your time commitment. What is your time commitment in order to be able to do this? Now, I want to tell you something. I used to think it was all or nothing, but it's not. I used to think it was like I did it or nothing, but it's not. Every one of you can do this. You need to determine, you could give it a high level of commitment, which means all out. And my recommendation for all out is 6 days a week, as many hours as you can put into those days. That's my recommendation. I like 8 a.m. to midnight. If you're full-time, 8 a.m. to midnight, 6 days a week. Take one day to reset your life, save your voice, but you're going to go all out during those other 6 days. Or you could pick a medium. And what I mean by this is hours per day. Think of this in terms of hours per day. I'm going to give 6 hours a day on top of my job. I'm going to give 4 hours a day on top of my job. Maybe it's a medium. It's not all in. It's a medium. But it is still extraordinary. Let's say you've got a business, you got to make sure that business is taken care of, but then you're going to go bust ass and do this on all the other time when it's the last thing in the world you want to do. But you're going to do it for 90 days. So all in, medium, or low. Here's what I found out. You can do a 90-day run 2 hours a day. All in on those 2 hours, though. Radical commitment during those 2 hours. So if some of you are busy, you don't have an excuse that will work with me, you can do it in 2 hours, you can do it in 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 16 hours. I think 16 is enough. I think you need 8 hours to kind of wind down, get some sleep, start over again, 6 days a week. But you got to decide, if you're going to do this, how many hours a day do you think you would be willing to commit for 90 days if it changed your life? Put it into the comments. How many hours a day would you be willing to commit if you knew, if you were guaranteed it was going to change your life? How many hours a day? Love that. I'm proud of you. Proud of you. Number 3, you're going to be focusing on recruiting. You're going to be bringing in a new class. You're going to be recruiting your people and teaching people to recruit theirs. Everybody's going to be selling as you go, of course, but during this 90-day run, it's about velocity. It's about acceleration. It's about altitude, and you're going to get to altitude based upon how big you're growing the group. All right? So we're going to build a big group in 90 days. Part number 4, focus exclusively in the hours that you just put into the chat. Focus exclusively on income producing activities. Income producing activities. Making more contacts. Making more appointments, doing more presentations, doing more Zooms, having blitz days where you get everybody together to make appointments or do presentations, sizzle calls, social media, 3-way messagings, 3-way calls, literally all in, aggressively focused on income producing.
Jin, you have stopped the audio already. You have stopped the video already, Jin?
Yes, just give me a minute. I don't know what happened. Actually, somehow the whole screen cannot be found. It's supposed to be here. It was here. Okay, anyway. Okay, any about 5 minutes left only. Let me just go to that. Okay, about 7 minutes left. No sound, right? Did you hear any sound?
No.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. Let me just find out what's wrong with this. I don't know what's wrong with it. Share screen, sound. Good.
Activities. So with the launch, it's all out massive action. Make sure you set your time commitment, focus on recruiting, focus exclusively on income producing activities, and do not stop for 90 straight days. Do not stop for 90 straight days. Number 5 is time management. Managing your time. Not allowing yourself to trick yourself into thinking that you're working. We're really good at pretending to work. We're really good at calling each other and telling each other how excited we are. Oh, Nicholas, I'm super pumped up. What do you think of the new product? Oh, Eric, thank you. I'm really fired up too. This is really, really exciting. Robin, what do you think? And we just sit around talking to each other and we're already recruited. It's all avoidance behavior. We're good at it. Oh, I had such a busy day. But if we had a hidden camera following you around, we would know really, really fast why you were not having results. Because you're just dialing it in. Be willing to be honest with your time management. Treat this like a job. Some people talk about, oh, treat it like a business. Treat it like a business. That's nonsense. You know what everybody does? I'm treating this like a business, so I'm giving myself the day off. I'm my own boss, so I'm going on vacation. Stupid. Treat this like a job. Treat this like your life hung in the balance. Treat it like a job until it pays you like a business. Treat it like a job, like you have to show up. Treat it like a life-saving operation that needs to happen. Time management. Emotion management's another thing. During these 90 days, your environment's a big deal. Surround yourself with people that won't let you slow down. Surround yourself with people that will remind you of your commitment. Surround yourself with people that will help you emotionally stay strong. Because you know what I learned about a 90-day run? It's lonely. It's lonely. And you're really the only one. Everybody seems like they're having fun except you. They're all going out having fun, doing stuff, and you're just working. Everybody's rolling their eyes at you. It's hard to manage your emotions when you're by yourself. Surround yourself with people that will push you to be a higher version of yourself. Emotion management. Distraction management. We're really good, Randy, we're really good at getting rid of all the distractions, but we're not good at keeping the distractions away. We get rid of all the distractions. They're gone. I've cleared the decks. I'm totally focused. 3 days later, they're creeping in. Here's a distraction. Oh, look at this. Check this out over here. Oh, look at this thing. Oh, check out this text. Oh, look at this TikTok. Oh, wait a minute. Squid Game came out. Ooh, look at that. We got to go check that out. I'll sneak that in the middle of the night. Pretty soon, we're back to old habits. Pretty soon, we're back to old distractions. Pretty soon, those distractions are taking us away from our purpose. Distraction management. Number 8, continue to personally recruit until your new team demands your time. Go as hard as you can, as fast as you can, recruit as many people as you can until your team is screaming for your help and you have to dive in and start to help them duplicate and then help them duplicate. All out, massive action. Take a picture of that. Those 9 things. All out, massive action. Now let me give you something. On post-launch, when your launch is over, you just finished, you just crossed the finish line, You're a new rank, new income, new life, new everything's changed. Here's a little bit of my encouragement to you. Rest, but hear me, don't make it look like rest. Because if you rest and you make it look like you're resting, your whole team will rest. Your brand new team that you just brought in, they'll all go to rest too. So you can, within an hour a day, after you've gone at this level, an hour a day, checking in with the team, you can make it look to your team like you're running faster after your 90-day run than even during the 90-day run. And it's imperative that you leave them with that impression so they start on their run versus you telling them it's time to take a rest. Do you understand? I've seen more people destroy their results from a 90-day run because they publicly just went, oh, they flopped on the couch and they told everybody, I'm going on vacation, I'm out of here. I'll leave the business to you guys. Well, they did, and things went down very quickly. So rest, yes. But don't let it look like rest. Let it look like you're busy. You understand? Now, I would love to give you all the information in the world when it comes to this. We have a lot of speakers today. But what I wanted to give you today was a framework. Number one, why? Why should you do a 90-day run? And if you're hungry enough, you're going to figure this out. Number two, I wanted to show you some examples of real-life people that were sitting in a chair just like you're sitting in. And they did this hard thing for a short period of time. And their lives changed. And three, I wanted to give you a framework. Decision. Preparation. Pre-launch. Launch. And post-launch. A simple 5-element process. Now you've got to decide if this is something for you or not. How many people have already, just as we're talking about this over the course of this 90 minutes, you've said, you know what? I'm going to do a 90-day run. Put 90 into the comments if you've said, you know what, I'm doing one. I'm going to do this. Whether it's 2 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 8 hours a day, you decided you're going to do it. Look at all those 90s. For real now. For real. Imagine if I moved into your house with you and I did it with you. It'd be fun, right? How many people would like me to move into your house and do a 90-day run with you? Would that be fun? Fly to wherever you are, do that. That would be hard, but it would be fun. We can make a reality TV show out of it. It'd be pretty cool. Look, here's what I'd like to do.
Okay. Hi, come everybody. We are back here. Okay, let me see your faces. All right, on your video, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Any questions? Any areas you are not clear with? I need to hear, right, guys? Now, I need to hear you. Yes, 90-day run is for 1A as well. 90-day run is also for my new recruits. Now I am preparing my new recruits to run with me. I'm telling them, I say, I'm going to run in the, after Chinese New Year, I'm going to run. You want to run or not? But I'm going to help them to set up a goals lah. His goals and my goals will be different, right? But would the new recruit, his goals help my goal? Right? So you want them to go. I'm also calling somebody. Just now before this, I just called somebody. I said, where are you, Alex? He said, no, I'm not around. I'm tonight got family dinner. Tomorrow only coming back to KTK. Okay, I said you missed, but I'm going to send you the video. You watch the video because you know about 90 days run, right? We are going to run already. And I want you to run with me. So I'm doing all those pre-launching. I'm getting these people to come. When he runs, does it help my run? Yes. Okay, so we got to do it smart, especially if you are leaders, you already have downlines, or you don't have downlines, but you have customers. You already have customers. Some of you 4, 8, 5, you got customers. And not only customers, you have people who doesn't listen, who doesn't believe in it. Now you you got to start talking to them already, right? Okay, so it's for everybody. It's for everybody. Any more questions? Too quiet.
Yeah, we are quiet, but we are digesting.
What did you get? See, Belle, I was talking to Lisa and see, is Belinda and Nicholas coming up? are they coming?
Why
Are they
you
coming?
so kanchiong?
I'm here.
I saw Kanchong. I'm the smart one. I'm not stupid, okay? I know how to get everybody come to run together. Because I want to run. I really want to run now.
Yeah.
So I better get as many people to run with me.
2, 3
Huh?
齊相識
2, 3.
2, 3 Yeah.
Okay, yeah, 2, 3. So you got to have your goals, okay? Whether it is a 2, 3, whether it is a monetary goals, we will have a session to help you do that, okay? Now, so if you have that question, let me just show you what for True Health 9.5, how we are going to do it. You still can ask questions, huh? Right, so this is how. Now, so this is our timeline for the next 5, 6 is always, it will be on the Tuesdays, okay? Tuesday, week 1, next week onwards, it's all about making a decision. In fact, tonight, I hope you cannot sleep. I hope you cannot sleep. If you cannot sleep, that will be you are on the right track. So you got to start to make a decisions. So next week we're gonna help you to set your goals, to set your to-do list. We're gonna set you to cut list. What are the things you have to start doing? All right. Okay. To-do list means okay, how many hours? What kind of 6A? What kind of 90 days? 95 days are you going to do? Is it a 2 hours, every day, 4 hours, 6 hours, 10 hours, or 12 hours? Right? You got to think through. So does your activity list match with your goal list? Okay, so if you say 3 months, I want to become 6A. I have someone who asked me this before. Is it possible to 3 months earn 300,000? I say yes. I say, but I want to ask you one question first. 1 week, how many hours are you willing to work? And he say, 10 hours. 1 week. Okay, 10 hours. Okay, right. Guess where is this person now? At all. Okay, never started, never do anything, nothing happens. Right? So your activity list and your goals list must match. Okay, so next week we're gonna do that, and then the following Tuesday we're going to do your equip you, your preparation. You got to do your prospect list, and you got to start your scripts. What do you do? Okay, because very important. If we say run 90 days, do you know what to do? Because when we have 90 days running that time, no time to do training. Okay, so all the trainings will be done before the 90 days run, before the 95 run. Okay, I start to learn this. We are talking about K95, so 95 days run. Okay, 95, pre-95 days, okay? Right. So we know time to do trainings. That means when we run, you need to know how to run. Okay. What about new people? New people also know time to do training. New people, you join, if you want to run, all you need to do is you bring people, I talk, you listen, you learn. You learn. Okay, this is how new people come in. No time for do training. There's no time to do training. I just want to say this, okay, later. Right, so preparation 1, preparation 2, then we will go into the pre-90 days. Pre-90 days, you are actually working already. You are already building up the momentums. You probably, let's say your 90 days, you are committed you to do 12 hours a day, okay? But maybe not 12 hours a day. Your 90 days, your pre-90 days, you are actually building up the momentum already. From 8 hours, 10 hours, you're starting to build up the momentum. Okay, if your 90 days is about every day after work 6 hours a day, okay, 6 hours, let's say, okay. Now then maybe before that you not need to start like 2 hours, 3 hours a day. You are building up towards that. So these are your pre-90 days. You are recruiting people. You are already closing sales. You are recruiting people, bring people to come in and join you. And then come February 11, I just picked the date 11 because it's a Tuesday. It will be our 95 days run OR massive action. Okay, the date, actual date, we'll talk about it. It's not doesn't matter. Okay, some of you maybe before February 11, you already start running already. You are already into the momentum. You already start running. Wow, that's good. That will be good. Okay. Now, so a few keys that you really need to understand. I need to stress this. It is about recruiting. It is not about selling. You know very well. In KANGEN, I have seen people work very hard for 2 months because they want to go into 6A. This is where they work very hard. They sell, and then they make a lot of money during that last 2 months. But my question is, what about the following month? How much money you make? What about the following 6 months? How much money you make? That's why, Mr. Oshiro, do you know that after you become 6A, there will be a 6-month special bonus? Do you know that, guys? When you become a 6A, after that, there will be a 6-month special bonus for you. See, sometimes Mr. Oshiro, they do this just that they don't know how to talk to people. They don't know how to explain to the people why they give. But think about it, why do they want to give you that 6 months? It's because if you do it correctly, you are going to earn more money than that in the next 6 months. Okay, after you become a 6A, the next 6 months you're going to get extra money about it. All right, so it's about recruitment, about not selling. Now, you will be, of course, naturally, there will be people, you talk to them, they are not interested in the business, they want to buy the machine. That is the selling part. But even you sell something, you sell a machine to somebody doesn't really want to do the business, we are going to equip you, teach you how to talk to them so that they can introduce people for you, right? Okay, so they say they don't want to do the business, but you tell them, hey, but can you help me? Why? Because in these next 95 days, I'm going to change my life, I know you are very rich, you don't need the extra money, but I need it. Can you help me? How? Okay, just introduce people to me. Let me do all the talking, right? But give good words, right? Okay, so number 2, it is about 100%, not 90%. But decide on your time. Decide on your commitment, on your time, like that. But if you want to give in to 100%. Now, why I say this important. How many of you have children? Can you throw away your children? Eliminate distraction, right? Is children a distraction? Of course lah, right? So can you throw away the children? You say, 90 days I don't want children. Or 90 days I don't want a boyfriend, whatever. You can't. But what I want to suggest is this. In that 90 days, you manage your time. Your time will be on KANGEN. This is you're running the KANGEN one, right? You cut down the time, but every time that you spend with your children, you give 100%. Okay? So, it's not about sitting down 2 hours dinner with them anymore. Okay? It is the short dinner time, but when you talk to them, give them that 20 minutes or 30 minutes real talk. Give them the 100%. Don't do this, don't do that. Got to do Kangen. Talk to your children. Want to answer WhatsApp call? Cannot. Give them that time, but if you give them 15%, that is the 100%, 15% for them. When you do Kangen, you do 100%. We all have to learn this. Just now dinner time, I asked my children, I said, we are going, do you know that mom is going for our 95 days run again? He says, but we need you to know because we need you to support us. So my two boys, they say, yeah, of course we'll support you. Just go ahead and do. I say, but I say it's not like that. I say when you support us means we need to know that during that 95 days, you guys know what to do. I do not need to check on you. I do not need to call you. I do not need to check your study. I do not need to check how you spend your time, how much time you work on your computers. Can you do that? So that we do not need to check on you. Okay, so there's many preparations that you got to do. But when we give the time to your family, you give them 100%. You give them quality time. You give your time to the church, to whatever things that you are doing, you give that 100%. But your time is you give to Kangen, you give to Kangen. Okay, so this is the 95 days for Kangen. Maybe next time in your life, there sometimes you'll be like 95 days or 30 days for your spiritual growth. You want to give 30 days for spiritual growth. Yeah, you will do the same principle. It doesn't mean that you throw away every other things. Okay, but there's the same principle. Okay, now and the third one is about running as a group, not individual. If you are just running individual, yes, that is good. Yeah, you got to make a lot of money in the 3 months like that, but probably does not change your life. It will not change your life. It is running as a group. Leaders, we need to learn how to get people on board. When we get people on board, I call them one by one. I've been calling a few. I should have called a few more people. You know, those people who did not come, I'm going to record this video, record this video. I'm going to send to them this video. I say you must watch. Because why? Because when we are running, I need to know you are running or not. It's okay if you don't run, but it's okay that you don't run, but you don't run, don't do the 95 days run. But I want to tell you first, my concentration will be for the 95 days run people. Okay, so guys, I'm here just to let you know, okay, every week we have a lot of Zoom meetings since last year. We did what we think is right lah, okay. So we think what is right, so we do it. But in the next 1 year, 2022, they will be different. First of all, Thursday there will no more Kangen Stories Night. We are not doing any Kangen Stories Night. Okay, we will be the Kangen 小故事Kangen 读书会all will be on Monday. All be on Monday. The distributor meeting, this is Mandarin sessions will be on Monday also. In other words, Monday is the culture of Monday is a learning culture. What is a learning culture? If you are a customer, they want to learn something, they're just happy to learn something, they want to do, they don't want to do, Monday. It's for everybody. If you want to learn, come and learn. If you have new people, you want to bring them to come and feel good, come on Monday. But Tuesday, this is the activity culture. This is the action culture. No, Monday is our Mandarin one, okay? Hanan, we have been always having this Monday one. But the Tuesday one is action culture. Let me tell you what is action culture, okay? That means if you, it's all about 90 days, right? So if you come in, you want to learn, but you don't want to do anything, probably not for you. Probably for you. You got to come here and learn. If we are talking about doing prospect list, you got to take out your list and start writing. That means you cannot come here and don't on your video, my friend. Because I know if you don't on your video, you'll be doing something else, right? Normal lah. If I don't on my video, my hand will be doing something else also. So when we talk about prospect list, you got to do your prospect list. Even if you are a leader, you already have prospect list for 500, you still need to do your prospect list because you can reorganize your prospect list. You can probably add in some names there, or you can actually list out, you can actually find out, categorize it, which group to talk to. So when we talk about doing something, we got to do. That is Tuesday one. Again, if you don't want to do, well, Monday is the way feel good factor. Monday is where you can go and learn. Learn, don't do also can. Right? I just have to say, I don't know how to say it in a nice way lah. But that 90 days will be action packed time one. Okay, we maybe need to do another on Thursday or whatever. I need to talk to the leaders, right, to come up with ideas. Maybe we need to do seminars, 1 week seminar, weekly seminar. You know, we have done seminars before, right? Let's say our plan B, all those, right? Nice or not? I tell you the answer now lah. Not good. Not good. We have done it before, but not good. You know why not good? I tell you, it's not about the content not good, but the energy is not there. The energy is not there. You cannot feel the energy. It's not about the content. Sometimes we don't need so many contents, but the energy was not there. So we all have to do this together. If I'm doing a plan B, again, I'm saying this is a seminar, or whether you call it the 创业说明会 or we KANGEN millionaires, right? We are talking about millionaires project, right? If you are doing a millionaires project, someone come up, I need the energy. How? Everybody video on. 15 minutes before, to 30 minutes before, you are here already. You cannot continue like that. 8:30 start, 8:50 only show up, 8:40 show up. We can't. But it's okay. Last year, because 2021, this year 2021 is the learning time. Everybody happy. I learned a lot of things. I feel so good. You know, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. But when it comes to 2022, if we want to do the 90 days run, these are some of them. It's not military, but it's just common sense. You come for Tuesday, come on time. You know what is on time? That means 15 minutes before you are already here. Not only here, your video already on. You already here. Your coffee is already on the table. If you tell me that 8:30 is too early, cannot, okay, fine. I can start it at 9 o'clock. No problem. 9 to 11, fine. Okay, but I need everybody understand. I'm not autocratic. I'm never autocratic. Sometimes I'm actually very, very too relaxed one, the kind of person. But I'm just sharing with you that if we want to do the 90 days run now, we need to do like that. Like that. You have it on time. On time means early. On time means early. Now, we already know how to make money, okay? All of you, you make money before, of you, those are the, it doesn't even need to be 6A. Some of you, you're 3A, 4A, you already make some good money. You have seen before, okay? Make good money. But if we want to go to the other levels, we need to learn how to do, not as individual, but really as a group. Really as a group. The culture must be there so that the energy is there. So that when people come in, they don't know why. Yeah, somehow the energy is different. This group energy different. They come in, they are already chat box there, ping, ping, bang, bang, people welcoming each other, hello, hi, like that. Videos are on, not happy, you know, hi, how are you? This like that. We have to do that well lah. We have to. That's why Eric Worre calls it 90 days game plan, right? It's not just 90 days run. It's actually 90 days game plan. Game plan. All right. Any questions?
Why 95? Not 90.
Yeah, because KANGEN is 95. Because you drink 9.5 or 9.0.
Oh, I thought 11.5.
Lucky I didn't say 115.
11.5.
KANGEN 115, 115 days. Very difficult. Okay. It's about this. I think all right. This question, people are asking what about Mandarin speaking, right? Okay. I think allow me to speak a little bit in Mandarin 哈。Dorcas, Christina， 你们刚才之前有问过我，就是中文的怎样，中文的怎样啊？伟贤写中文的怎样 ？OK， 那没有办法 ，Eric Worre 的很多是在英文的，but but 我现在想的是这样子，还有 Dennis 讲你的 team 是不是中文的？是不是要怎样？我的想法是这样，星期四早上是不是我会给一个 Q&A session？ 我不会再重播这些 video 了。Basically 是谁要知道的话，是不是星期四早上？星期四早上了，现在去讲明天也是太迟了。星期四早上是不是9点半？我们用回这一个 link。我们会有一个 Q&A session， 如果有东西要问的，就星期四早上9点半。那 so for some of you leaders, you also have your people who has not come in. Wow, okay. So this is the thing. Do we force them or we don't force them? Okay. Now I learned from my sifu Eric Worre. Do you force them or don't force them? Sometimes it's like that. I force them also no use. I measure, I run. No need to force them. You see, this is how Eric Worre does. Eric Worre style is force them. Why? But force them means like this. You tell them that you must watch. Okay, tonight's video, record it down, send it to them. You must watch. Because when we are running, if you are not running, fine, never mind. But I just want to tell you first, we are running. If you don't run, you are going to miss it. But you must watch first. Because during that 95 days, we would have no time to hold your hand like that. It's either you run together because the train is moving, the bullet train is moving, either you follow us, move together, or at least I need to let you know first, so that you don't say that how come we have no time for you. So everybody's style is this: force them. Force them, but doesn't mean that they must do. It's still at the end up to them. They decide themselves. So yeah, recording will be out later tonight. Send it to them. Ask them must watch. Call them must watch. Tomorrow call them. Have you watched or not? Okay. Yeah. So Thursday morning 9:30. That one we in Mandarin. Sorry guys. Okay. So basically because in the coming Tuesday 星期二的 training 都是英文的了，没有办法没有办法 ，all right。但是那个这个星期四的我会用华语来解释，所以你们可以教他们，任何一个人都可以上来听。早上9点半，那我会解释给他们听。OK Christina, good. OK 有什么问题吗 ？Any questions, guys? Okay, let me see this. How many of you in the chat box can you write down from 0 to 10? How excited are you about this? What's your feeling? The excitement. What's your excitement? Type it in the chat box there. Type it in the chat box. 9:30 a.m. Yes, Thursday is 9:30. 星期四是早上9点半 ，OK？ 早上9点半不是晚上早上9点半。OK, what's your excitement? OK, mine 我的是9.5 ，OK, 9.5 But okay, let me share with you one more secret, okay? You know my excitement is 9.5, but my excitement 1 week ago was 8.5. My excitement 2 weeks ago was 7.5. Jillian, correct or not? So Jillian will tell you it's correct. Okay, my excitement was 7.5, was 8.5, now comes to 9.5. You can see I got commitment, I got excitement, right? You know why? I'm gonna tell you a secret. Because Even before I today show you, afternoon I watch. Every time I watch it, every time I listen to it, it comes back. That excitement comes back to me. Excitement comes back with me. And this is a very important secret, right? If you are hot, would you produce result? How do you become hot? Jump into the fire. That means watch the video. So tonight when I send out in my in the chat group there, go and watch it. Watch it 2 times, watch it 3 times. You can actually build the momentum. You can actually build the fire up one. That's the secret. You don't need people to come and fire you up. You can actually burn yourself up. That's it. And I tell you, if you really are prepared, your preparation do well, your pre-launch you do well. You know what happened during the OR massive action 90 days? The OR massive action during 90 days, you will not feel tired one. Even it is 8 hours, even it is 10 hours, even it's 12 hours, you will not feel tired. Your mind is still thinking about who are the next one I want to talk to. And I guarantee you, okay, some of you, not all of you, if you are doing the 90 days, you will dream Kangen. Some of you, maybe you will start dreaming Kangen already. If you are dreaming Kangen, that was correct. Because this is what happened to me during my 90 days run. I dream Kangen. I dream demo. Then after that, I no more dreaming demo. I'm talking about marketing plan. Okay. So that was my dream. Yeah, I actually dream it when I'm sleeping. Okay. Right? Okay. So Thursday, 9:30 a.m. Mandarin sessions for those who miss. Some of you, your downline really miss it. You got to play the force them lah. Force them to watch that video first and then ask them to come up so that they can ask questions like that. Okay, so some of you ask where is the video. Video, always check this. Go to YouTube. Check my I probably cannot put it on YouTube. I see how because don't know whether got copyright or not. But if I put it on, but anyway, I will be putting it in my okay. What I'll do is I probably cannot put it on YouTube. I will put it on YouTube, but private link, private. Okay, so I will send out the link to you guys. I'll send out the links to Nolly also, so you can ask from Nolly. So this link, if you have the link, you can access. You don't have the link, outsiders cannot see. All right. No Telegram group. We will stay put in WhatsApp for now. Okay, I'll give you the WhatsApp group. All the leaders, they will have the link. You just with the link you can watch lah. Outsider cannot watch only lah because we have copyright issues there. Okay, right. Okay, before we end, this is what I want to say. What is the first thing to do? Anyone remember? What is the first thing? There are 5 things to do with 90 days game plan. What is the first thing?
Decision.
Yes, decision. Make a decision. Tonight, go back, start thinking. If you want to make a decision, then you must think. Why do you want to do Kangen water? Why? You want to make a decision, right? You got to decide why. Everybody different. When I make a decision to run 10 years ago, 2011 March, when I decided to run because I was fed up. I was fed up. And I really don't want. I don't want to be like that anymore. So I said, let me run for 3 months. If I cannot make it, I will drop it. But I will run 100%. I don't even know this word called 90 days run. I don't know who Eric Warren is. We just happen to do the right thing. Just happen to do the right thing. So what is your why? you got to think about it, make the decisions, right? So anyway, if next Tuesday, come early. Early means 15 minutes earlier. That's how early means. Okay, 15 minutes earlier, come in, chit chat with other people first, prepare yourself, get your coffee done, sit in and really learn it. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So next week we will be talking about the helping you guys to really crystallize the decisions making and then your goals and your activities list. We will have to do all these things. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you cannot sleep tonight. Okay. I hope many of you 90 days will change your life. Okay.
You're so bad, wishing us cannot sleep. You are. Everybody's master seafood, wish us cannot sleep. After Christmas. Excellent.
By the way, if you want to watch the remaining of the videos, I will play it now. Okay. So so actually there is one part about, I think it's about 15 minutes lah. So if you like to watch it, I will play it now. Okay. Just you gotta mute your. Okay, only 10 minutes, right?
Is there steps that are going to be taught? Michelle is asking. Yes, I'm going to teach you. Just breathe. We'll get there. But the why is important.
Yeah.
If you get the why figured out, then I'll show you the how.
Yeah.
So Rakan, give them a piece of advice on if they should do it and how they should do it.
I love what she said about the communication. I feel like the most important part is communicating with. I had to communicate with my family. Hey guys, I'm out of the game. I don't need nobody to call me, nobody message me. If it's not death, I think you should, just keep it away from me. So number one was communication. Number two, I love what you said, reverse engineer it, right? So a lot of people, they start the 90 days and they don't finish it because they don't see a lot of results in the first 30 days. And the reason why is you're not supposed to see results. So 90 days, break it down to 60 days, break it down to 30 days. What are you gonna do? And then break it down to 2 weeks, then 7 days. And just in my head, you can have one day, 24 hours where you're preparing. So 24 hours where you're preparing and then you go for 7 days and then have a check-in. This one of the things that helped me is I have a check-in buddy. So I'm checking in with them.
Accountability friend, yeah.
So depending on the level of leadership that you have, let's say you're
community
brand
and
new,
environment is a big deal if you can get it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So every 4 days I have to let's say I'm speaking to the Lekis or anybody. Every 3 days checking in, right? And that helped me a lot, just keeping on. So the number one is communication. Number two, I had to break it down backwards. And number three, accountability and communication. It helped me a lot with my 90 days.
Any piece of advice from you?
Just to understand that nobody's gonna save you. You have to save you. You have to go out every day, push yourself. And my biggest piece of advice is you have to trick your mind yourself. And for example, for a 90-day game run, like a year has 12 months. And a 90-day game run has 12 weeks. So think about it like this. Every week, make it as if it was a month, And so you're going to get so much stuff done that you've never imagined of.
Love that.
You have to do that kind of stuff.
I love that. Tony and Sarah.
I would say that most of us are too casual with our business, right? All our businesses are underexposed. And what this is going to do, it's going to stretch you. It's going to put you in a different place. And you're going to be talking to a lot of people, and you're going to be really forged in this process. But you will grow, and you will figure things out, and you will want to quit, and you'll be frustrated, and you'll just want to throw in the towel. But it will create more activity in your business, more results in your business than probably you've ever had since you started in your business. And listen, you can quit at any time, Eric. So everybody needs to do it, in my opinion. And one thing you're going to do, and I know you're going to talk about this, but there's going to be community here. So we got your back. We're going to be rooting each other on. We're going to be, one family doing this. And this 90-day run is what everybody needs to change their 2022.
Yeah, if you've never done it, you owe it to yourself.
So 2 quick things. So I think what's important is that everyone wants to become a great inviter and great at follow-up and great at closing. And you want to know the fastest way to get great at all those things is a 90-day run. Yeah. You're going to become incredible at that, right? Number 2, so we have 2 little kids. We have a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old. I know there's a lot of parents that are watching and grandparents. And so I know this whole idea of a 90-day run, you're like, holy cow, like how do I manage it all? Our kids are totally bought into our runs. They know. Like we have poster boards on our wall. They know we have 3 of them. So it's 30, 60, 90. But more importantly, every single month, we let them pick a reward. So our kids pick the reward. So they understand when we have the extra Zoom and the extra calls and the extra time that we're doing, they're bought in because they understand the bigger picture and the vision of what our family is going to do together. So I think that's important, is the rewards. And for those of you that want your spouse on board, it's the same thing. Get them to buy in, right? Honey, what should we do when we hit this reward? Not when you hit it, right, your goal. What should we do? And let them pick it, right? That's how they get bought in.
Love it. Angel, how about you?
Well, my piece of advice is for Angela in this room. She said, what a terrible way to look at your home business and cancel the holidays. So my advice is, I didn't tell you to cancel your holiday. I figured out what I could sacrifice. I sacrificed television. I sacrificed dinner out. I sacrificed a lot of things in my life, but I sat down and took a look at my list of priorities and what I was willing to sacrifice. I don't have little kids at home. I have grown kids and I have dogs. They don't care if it's pizza or a turkey, right? They don't care. The time that it would take to decorate and do all of the things to celebrate Christmas in my home. My daughter, 22 years old, she's like, let's don't even do that. Let's do a dinner and a movie. I make those a priority in my 90-day run. But number 1, what is it you're spending time on that you can sacrifice? Number 1 is figure out what you can sacrifice for your 90-day run. For me, I do this 90-day run. That means for the next 9 months, I can do any damn thing I want to do. It's worth that to me.
3 days of pain, a lifetime of gain. 3 months, of pain. 3 months. Can't get it done in 3 days.
3 days.
There's not a 3-day game plan. 90 days of pain for a lifetime. So, Danian, talk about the run that you did last year and then give people a piece of advice.
Awesome. So yeah, I want to speak to those people that already have achieved a level of success in network marketing. Because there's a lot of us out there that we've been great once, or we had good success, or even we have good success, right? And for me, what drives me today, because people keep asking, like, why are you still working so hard? Like, you achieved all of this. For me, it's mastery that really inspires me. I want to be the best at my craft, and my craft is network marketing. So that inspires me. A 90-day game plan is not about waiting for the opportunity to arise, but to be the one creating the window of opportunity that everybody sees. It's like you are creating it literally out of thin air. That's what it's about. I've done 4 90-day runs in my life. Every one of them has created tremendous results, not little results. The first one, I jumped 7 paid ranks in those 55 days. The second one, that was when our company got acquired and we went in there and we went from not knowing the business that we're in into 3 times our check, which was already very good at that point, in just about 2 months. Anyways, then there was another one that was mostly focused on one of my teams in Germany where we helped a guy go diamond. And the last one was last year. And what happened last year was that COVID hit, right, in the beginning. And I saw all the narrative about COVID, and I found myself looking at the numbers every day. Oh my God, more infections, oh my God. And I see all this stuff, and all of a sudden it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? I'm getting sucked into somebody else's narrative what if that happens to my team? And I started to get afraid of that. So I said, okay, here's what we got to do. We got to tell our own story. We got to create our own narrative. When the media is distracting you, I got to create my own media. I need to have so much action happening on Zoom, online, that people are literally living inside our community. Now, we were an offline-based business, mostly. We were very proud of our meetings and infrastructure and all of that, and we switched it on a decision to add online. And my piece of advice is two things: intensity and resourcefulness. The intensity needs to be so strong that you literally forget about the world around you. And I'm gonna say one thing, and my wife's gonna kill me for this. My wife literally peed on her chair while she was working. Now people will be like, what? Did you just say that? Yes, because she was working so hard, and she's like, oh my God, I gotta go to the bathroom. Anyways, I gotta do this call. I really gotta go to the bathroom. Okay. And at some point she's like, you know what? It doesn't matter, let's just keep going. And that literally happened. And I was like, Stefania, what's going on? She's like, I don't know, I had no time. I gotta do this call, everybody wants a piece. But just to understand like normal people would never get this.
Obsession.
The level
All
of
in.
obsession and intensity. And the last thing is the resourcefulness. People always ask you about, what do you do? What do you do? You don't have to reinvent the wheel, but what you have to do is pull all the strings you already know. Don't just say, oh, this is good, this, maybe I do it later, this, maybe another time, that's a good idea. No, if I have that idea, I pull all of the strings. Now I don't have to prioritize anymore, because now I have all my time to do one thing, which is volume, intensity, story creating, empowerment. That's what it's all about.
Income-producing activities at all times. And we heard from Grant Cardone just recently. He was on a Discovery television show this last year called Undercover Billionaire, which is a perfect example of a 90-day run. They took a guy, very, very successful. They dropped him in a town that he'd never been at, homeless, with an old pickup truck and $100. He couldn't use his name. He couldn't use his experience or background. He had to change his name, and he had to take that $100 and that pickup truck from day one. They just dropped him off in the afternoon. He didn't have a place to sleep, no house, no nothing. And he had to create a $1 million business in 90 days. Okay, it's called Undercover Billionaire. You can look it up on Discovery Plus and you watch a 90-day game plan. And he turned into a business that was like worth $4 or $5 million over the course of 90 days. Literally $100, homeless, every excuse eliminated, taken out. He couldn't use his name, couldn't use any of that stuff in order to be able to do it. There's a couple seasons of it. You can look back on season number 1, which I found fascinating. I just loved it. But that's kind of what we're saying, is voluntarily do what he did as a television show. Do that in your life and watch what happens. Okay? So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get into how to do a 90-day game plan now. But do me a favor and give a big round.
All right. Work until you pee on the chair, all right? Okay. Boleh tak? Okay. Pee on the chair. Jillian, okay ah?
I will wear pampers. No need to pee on the
Pampers,
chair.
no need to pee. All right. Hanan, the link will be on the what lah? On the West Malaysia chat group. Okay, the 12.9.5 WM chat group. Okay. Yeah. So all right. Call me. My phone is still on until 12 a.m. today. Call me if you want to know anything else. All right. Call me. Okay. We will stop here today. All right. So see you next week on time. What is on time?
15 minutes.
15 minutes early on your video. So you might want to make up a little bit. That doesn't matter. All right. On your video, we got to practice that. Okay. All right. So thank you very much. Yeah, Hanan, you are already in the True Health 9.5 WN chat group. Okay. So you'll be there. Or you'll be there. Okay. All right. Okay. So thank you so much, everybody. Good night. Good night.